sent it to me.
Well, anyway, he basically, a long story short, anyway, it was a school teacher and his video was going viral. He was from where?
He from the area.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I didn't know. But anyway, it was a school teacher who got fired for allowing, it looked like maybe like 5 or 6 young ladies help taking out his braids. And of course, the video went viral because he was doing it on TikTok, and everybody had all their different opinions and different takes on it because they were sitting here saying it's inappropriate. And realistically, I think for most people, especially if you are a parent and you're in your 30s, I'm sure when we think about getting your hair done, taking your braids out, it is an intimate thing because most of us, especially if you're in your 30s, you used it in intimate settings when you were younger, like those girls in that video. And I think and it's hard for people to take out their own real life experiences. And that's why so many people realistically was up in arms about it. And I'm sure most people, it's hard to, of course, on captions or on social media, it's hard to explain it if you're not literally on a microphone and breaking it down. But we talked about this a million times on here. Like when you were younger and you were in high school, that was the way for you to sit here and be able to go over a girl's house. Oh, she knew how to do hair. You gonna go over there, you gonna sit between her legs. Of course, these young girls he ain't sitting between their legs. He had his teacher's desk and they all standing up taking his hair out. But that intimate setting, when we're thinking about, that's the age that most of us were using getting your hair done or braiding hair to be intimate with a girl that you may just like and she went to your school or y'all were dating or whatever case may be, and it was kind of the way the parents allowed you to. I talked about that on here before, like doing All-Star break or something, like when I was in high school and I got to go over this girl's house and we was watching All-Star, the whole All-Star weekend. She just doing my hair, whatever the case may be. And her mother left us in the house. Like, it's no thoughts to that. So I think for most people, if you of a certain age, that's automatically where your brain goes. So you just see a bunch of young girls taking his hair out and it was kind of like, what the hell are you doing, dog? Why are you doing this?
Because me knowing this situation or even saying, he create content. And like I said, I've seen his posts before. And even, it is another guy that that I've been seeing. It's a taller guy that he be doing it, you know what I'm saying, the contents with the kids. So my thing, I don't feel like he was wrong or anything like from that video where they was taking his hair out, whatever the case may be. I think what he was wrong, where he might have stepped over the boundary, is when he did that whole saying that he got fired and he was saying the kids or even that, I don't know where they was reaching out to him or even leaving comments like, oh, that's the kind of thing that I do kind of wonder about, is just like how they even have that communication with you when they sending you messages. And
I mean, I guess if he posted
no, but that's what I'm saying. So then that's when I do draw as a parent, that's when I would draw the line or even say it's like the communication outside of school or even them reaching out to you. Because like I said, even me speaking, because that he does contents. He have, TikToks and all that. He's done that for years now.
I guess realistically, I hear what you're saying, but a lot of people, and let's be clear, I don't think even it's just a male thing, because I know it's a young lady. I want to say Top Knower, but I think she might have been from here and she moved to Atlanta. I would have to call Top and ask me how you know her, but she go viral. But she's a school teacher, but she's super thick. She go viral all the time because her body type, she's super fat. Like that's all everybody always in the comments. That's all they ever talking about is just how thick she is, whatever the case may be. But just with all that still being said, it would still realistically be like, for him, you can't say I create content. You're a teacher first. You don't get paid to create content.
No, you absolutely. But I think that's now today in this whole society, how you got to find another niche to make your money. They don't get paid what they get paid, but I'm pretty sure his content creating might give him that extra money that he needs, because he wasn't even a regular. He wasn't even he didn't even complete his certified and all that. Like he wasn't certified. What's name? But then you look at his whole credential. He's a French teacher. He's in the French school. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing. I feel like. Yes, he lost. If him losing his job, and this is like, how many people do you have as a black teacher in that field actually and fluent in French or even speaking French? So it's just like, to me, it's just like, I get it. You want to have a standard, but then just like sometimes people find a way to create content and that's what they're trying to use it. You might be right because you crossed the line when you send it communicating with them outside of school, or you got, ways, you know what I'm saying? That's my thing where I feel like the line is drawn like, all right, you kind of messed up on that part. But you just creating content and putting it up on there. Because I feel like a 9 times out of 10, he didn't show no faces on them.
Yes, he did. The
video when the girls were doing, I didn't think they showed. I thought it was more of they just behind the what's name. I didn't think they showed their actual face.
No, they showed it. As a matter of fact, I found the John. I did send it to you.
The controversy that has come from this video that I posted. I wanted to come on here and read some of the messages that my students are sending me during. Some of the messages that they've been sending me.
Oh yeah, because only
like I said, that part I don't like is just the whole they sending a message to you type of, you know.
Yeah,
So I mean, that's what I don't like.
I get it. I don't. To me personally, I just think it's a time and place for everything. It's cool. Everybody create content, bro. I know endless teachers who create content in their classroom. Guess what they never do? They never put the students in it. It be a bunch of adults. Nobody don't care. Them videos go viral all the time. All the time when we be taking the look, when we play the clips, and it be like it's a teacher that I follow. She's super popular on TikTok. Matter of fact, I want to see. I might be able to even find her junk where it's
because like even like I said, the other dude that I even follow, he got one where he's playing the kids in basketball. I think if they beat him in basketball, they get no home. You know, they get no final exam or something like that.
Yeah, but guess what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the okay. No, so perfect example. Matter of fact, so I'm gonna play this genre right here. This girl, she literally all she do is TikToks in the classroom, but guess what? She do it with all the teachers. Nobody don't care about this.
I'm looking for Mrs. Bubblegum. Mr. Chico Stick. Oh, cause she's up. I'm looking for Mrs. Bubblegum. Oh, Mr. Chico. Hey, I wanna da da da. Oh, cause I'm looking for Mrs. Bubblegum. You almost had it, friend. I'm looking for Mrs. Bubblegum. I'm Mr. Chico Stick. I wanna. Oh, I'm looking for Mrs. Bubblegum. Da da da. I'm looking for Mrs. Bubblegum. Mr. Chico Stick. I wanna. Oh, I'm looking for Mrs. Bubblegum. Yeah. Da, da, da. Oh. I'm looking for Mrs. Bubblegum. Mr. Chico Stick. Hey, I want da, da, da. Oh, gosh, I'm looking for Mrs. Bubblegum. Oh, I'm looking for.
So that's what I'm saying, and that's my point. Those are all adults. They're still in the classroom. They're still a teacher. They're all in. You can see that they're teachers. They got their badges on. They're in their classrooms. But the difference is there's nothing but adults in there, dog. I don't care that hair thing, though. It's gonna be for me personally because I know I've never allowed no goddamn kid to touch my hair. But I know for a fact when I was their age in school, getting your hair done was an intimate thing that I was trying to. So it's hard for me to ever see anything else out of that. I can't unless you would sit here and like if you went to like an African Joan and you was getting your hair braided, cool. That's completely different. That's the proper praise for it. And I understand you want to create content. You have to be more creative. You should never have no damn kids in the Joan. And that's even just a perfect example. Even when it comes to like, I be feeling like cringy when people was judging Bronny too much. Like, and you was trying to create content around Bronny. Like, bro, he's a kid. Like I be seeing some of these little kids who be hooping crazy. I won't sit here and make no video. I don't care if he snatch somebody out their whole entire uniform. I'm not making no video about no little kid crossing nobody up or doing nothing because it's a kid, dog. No kid. Like I'm a grown adult. Nothing on my page should have nothing to do with no goddamn kids. It just shouldn't. I will skip them all the time. It's endless, dog. And we live in the DMV era. It's endless little kids out here right now. I will comment up under them Jones, leave the strong arm emojis, the fire emojis. They doing a great job. But guess what I ain't doing? I'm not creating no content about no little kid doing nothing. I don't care. It's not happening, dog. Sorry. It won't happen. It's never going to happen. He was out of pocket. If you call yourself a content creator, you need to find more creative ways than you sitting here allowing some little girls to take your hair out. I don't know what went across your mind to make you think this was fire. Nothing is fire about that. Like I'm sorry, like I'm not a parent, and this ain't nowhere in here. If that was my daughter, I would lose my goddamn mind.
But okay, so then what's the like? But even when you go back to the kids we played before earlier, I think in the year with the whole Sexy Red situation, there were kids in that video. You didn't show their face; they were singing a song,
and people
But that's what I'm saying.
Hell for that.
I know, and they because they're little, right? But
right.
This, what he's like I said with him, I like I've said, I've seen a couple of them videos, and that's why I say I don't feel like they were doing anything that was inappropriate out the way. I get what you're saying, but that's not fair because this is like if you had a daughter and she's like, okay, when I want to do hair. I want to cornrow. I want to do that. But you can say, well, nah, because this is how dudes used to get in your drawers. That's how I used to do it. That's what I used to do to get my hair taken. You know, oh, she's going to do my hair. Oh, so I can get over there and try to be intimate. So is that fair for, like, if you had a daughter right now and she say, oh, well, Dad, I want to do hair. I want to do such and such. I want my friend about to come over here. I'm about to do his hair. You gonna say no? You can't do it because that's he trying to get in your drawer.
No, you could do it, but guess what I would do? I would be in that room the whole goddamn time. I wouldn't do the
same. That's what I'm saying. But even okay, but just looking at that video, when you're judging that video, all they was doing was taking out. It was like, oh, you look so happy. They wasn't saying.
Yeah, I'm sorry though. It's school. It's a time and place for that. Even if you sit here and saying it was after school, it still leave up too many questions. I can even kind of almost tie that into the Drake situation. Well, you know how Drake could have, and I've talked about this a million times on here. Me and you debated on this. Even when it comes to when I kept my favorite line was, "Oh, that's why some of these dudes just need to be married." You understand why, and you understand why even people kind of, even when he threw the lines and the allegations with Kendrick Lamar saying he beat his wife, and those didn't stick, because the way you present yourself, that's all people can ever judge you off. The way you present your image, the way people see you, that's all they're gonna ever be able to go off of. So even for Drake, the reason why those little pedo lines and stuff stick, because you like, he don't show you no real stability when it comes to even dating. So, and people seen the age group of women go so far, and the looks and the way the women look go so up and down like a roller coaster. You don't never know what his type is. So it's hard for anybody to even realistically defend it. Like, people would probably go out the way. Like, I've heard people saying, yeah, I don't believe it, but they say it with like a little bit of doubt in their voice, like they would be hurt if it was actually true about Drake. But you know how Drake could have eliminated all that? It's about how you present yourself. If you say here, even, you know why that won't never come up on Rick Ross jacket? And Rick Ross got just as many women, probably slept with just as many women as Drake. But you know the difference between this? At least Rick Ross actually be in relationships with these women. At least Rick Ross try to actually show you some real emotion and some real compassion. Just when you kind of play it off like I'm just on some Playboy play and I'm just moving around living life like I'm just doing me, YOLO, it's hard to shake some of the stuff the way you present it. So, and that's why I always sit here and say, like, that certain things you won't never hear about LeBron, you won't never hear about Steph Curry, you won't, because that's dog. We present ourselves as married men, we conduct ourselves like married men. And like I said, and I'm sure I hope Drake learned from this, the way people even perceive him, to learn how to move a little bit different, because we only can go off of the images that you portrayed ourselves. So when we looking at this image of this dude in the classroom, it's just like, bro, it's a time and place for that. Everybody want to create content. We all realistically, however you look at it, if you sit here and come up with a workout video and a reel and you figure out the perfect song to go with it, you still create content in some type of way. And you know it's a time and a place for that. The same way when we sit here and see a girl wearing a workout outfit and it's just too sexual, people be like, oh, it's a time and a place for that. What type of gym you go to? Like, you're gonna always see people who judge it, because I may not judge it, because I'm just maybe like, I'm on the internet, I appreciate it. But it's other people who really take the fitness content and really are personal trainers. They take it completely serious. So it's other teachers out here who look like, bro, I create content, I'm a teacher too, but guess what I don't do? I don't show the kids. I don't have no type of setting with the kids like this. It's endless basketball coaches who only coach kids, and it's a way on how you present these kids to the world, because you don't want to leave no type of you can't never leave stuff up to people's imagination. And what he did is he left too much up for people's imagination in the way they gonna interpret this video when they see it. That's his fault. And you gotta kind of learn. You're an adult. You're gonna learn from your, like, no, you don't have no, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. There's no way out of that. You gotta kind of live from your own experiences. This is on you. It's no other way. I'm sorry. Ain't no other way you can kind of look around that one. That's on him. He got to take that L. You got to think better. There's nothing wrong with creating content. Of course, I understand we all need to figure out other hustles, and but you got to figure it out. You got to leave them goddamn kids out of it.